Okay, now I want to be showing us illustration on how to draft a petal sleeve. A petal sleeve, like kind of overlapping sleeve. So the first thing you need to do is obtain your sleeve pattern. Now this is your center back, and then this is the center front. So this is the midpoint. Here is the midpoint. So all you need to do is, depending on where you actually want it to curve, you could make it curve to the back, you could make it curve to the front. So now I want my hole to be to the front. Do you understand? So you mark the overlapping allowance that you want. Now this is the back, I want it to sway to the front. So now this is my front, so I mark the allowance I want it to overlap like 4 inches. So here is my 4 inches. So I've marked my 4 inches point. This is where I want it to overlap. So now, depending on your preference, you could want it as a cap sleeve, you could want it as a short sleeve, you could want it as a long sleeve. So all you need to do is just you carve it here, which my French curve, or you could use your freehand, whichever one that works for you. So I want it to be like a short sleeve up to like 5 inches. No, 5 inches. I want it to be like up to 7 inches. So I mark my 7 inches. So I'm going to be swaying. I'm going to be swaying from this my overlap point down here and then back here. You understand? So I want it to overlap at point 6 inches. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to mark this way. Sorry. Okay, let's see. I realize that place is too long. All right, there. This 6 inches. Sorry, this is 6 inches. This is 7 inches. So I'm going to be crossing it all the way from here. You sway it this way. Then I'll continue. I'm going to finish up with my curl. So having done that, I'm going to cut out on this line. So let me cut it out. Alright, so by the time I cut it out, I had this. Don't forget, this is now your center point, right? So this is the center point. So this is the continuation of the overlapping. So now I'm going to be cutting this one, 2 pieces. So the other one comes underneath. So now, but if you are going to be sewing it, tying it with a lining, that means you're cutting what, 4 pieces. But if it's just going to be like you are going to tape the base with bias or something, you just cut 2 pieces. And then don't forget, always notch your center point, because that is where it's going to overlap. So let me cut the second piece and then show us. So now I've been able to obtain the second piece. And it's the second piece, the center front. This is the first piece, the center back. So now I notched the middle so as to know where I'm going to stop. So can you see? This is the midpoint of this, midpoint of this. So you lap it together and then they meet at this point. So here is it. Can you see? And then the other one that is coming underneath. So this is how your petal sleeve will look like, kind of overlapping. Do you understand? So that is it. So I want us to try our hole. So if you are turning it with line, that means we're cutting 4 pieces, but if it's going to be biased, you're going to be taping all the way and then you fix. So this is how it's going to be eventually. Alright, so thank you for today's class. Thank you. I hope you'll be able to benefit from this illustration. This is what your sleeve looks like at the end of the day. Right, see you in the next video. Bye.